The thing that's awesome about Facebook is that when you can create these audiences that are super focused, you can communicate with people in a way that they can understand what you're saying, because you know that the audience that you're sending your messages to through Facebook for Business ads has certain characteristics because you've designed it that way in many cases. And basically what I'm talking about here is the use of interest targeting on Facebook. So an interest in Facebook advertising is a topic that Facebook's algorithms have determined a Facebook user or Instagram user cares about. So how do you find an interest that beats the easel rule of 80? Let's do it. Let's just go through this in an example. So what we're going to be using here is, if you go to the menu, plan, audience insights part of Facebook for Business, let's look at finding a good interest. So we're going to click on everyone in Facebook. And let's, just for a sample, let's check out what happens when we look up fitness and wellness. And I encourage you to follow along with me. Remember, you can see all of this step by step in the study guide. All right, so as we start typing, it's going to come up here as an audience. We're going to click off this, and then let's select page likes. All right, now if you look at the top categories, this is what we want to start looking at first. If you remember, we want these related pages here to be similar to fitness and wellness. That's the way that we know that the audience that we are using, the interest group that we are going to be using to build our audience, is really super targeted towards people who are interested in fitness and wellness. Now, the reason that this isn't great is because if you look at the related pages here, a lot of these have nothing to do with fitness and wellness. Home improvement, personal finance, cooking, books. That's not fitness and wellness. So basically, if we use this fitness and wellness as an interest in whatever we're doing related to our audiences with Facebook for Business ads, not only are we going to get people who are interested in fitness and wellness, but we might also get people who are interested in furniture or mobile phones, and that's not what we want. So what might be something a little bit better? Let's try something like CrossFit and see what comes up. If you don't know what CrossFit is, it's basically this hardcore way of working out in the United States, and I'll show you how it works. I'm sure CrossFit happens outside the United States too, but that's just my experience. All right, so now that we've done CrossFit, you're going to see that the related page likes are a little bit better, right? Eat to Perform, vitamins, UFC, which is like boxing, but even more hardcore, NFL, so stuff like that. And then when we look down here at the affinity scores, they're okay. These related pages here have a decent affinity score, but we were looking for something that's at least 80 or higher. So one thing that I noticed here is that one of the top related pages is this Rogue Fitness. So let's see if we can use that as an interest and how many people are in that group. So we're going to click off CrossFit, and this is really important, so stay with me here. Rogue Fitness can be used as an interest. So we're going to click on that. All right, so now that we're looking at Rogue Fitness, and you're going to notice that I clicked off of our additional interests here because you can keep building and building and building, but we don't want that. We just want to find singular interests and what the related page likes are and the affinity scores. So if you look at the related page likes, this looks a lot better. We're looking at basically people that are, almost everything is related to fitness here. And then if we go down here and look at the page likes and the affinity score, it is through the roof. So for example, we look at Rogue Fitness as a page. So this has a very large audience, 109 people here. And then on Facebook, 106 million. That's a lot. And the affinity score is very, very, very high. So this is a much better interest than CrossFit, and CrossFit was much better than fitness and wellness. So this is the way that we find really great interests that we use in our audience targeting. So what we're basically going to do is just take note of the interest, and then we're going to set up and save our actual audiences using these interests when we launch ads. So we're going to be doing things like creating demographic audiences that we blend with interests, or we can use interests as negative targeting, and those are the kind of things that you're going to be learning coming up.